Now, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me in the comment section, because we're about to get this thing going. I think I got it now.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. 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 Yeah, I just wanna be.
Huge sorry to you guys for the audio. I've been redoing graphics behind the scenes. It's been taking a lot of time. I must have accidentally deleted my audio, but hey, we got it back up. I saved it. Good to go now. Thank you for coming on OPP earlier. I got to get an MRI done on my spine, potentially get a spinal fusion. So, and I'm really, by the way, don't feel sorry for me. I really want to get it done because my back has been bad for 15 years on the lower part of my spine. And if I get the surgery, it's good to go afterwards. I had a fusion on my neck. This would be my last surgery I've been waiting for a long time. So hopefully they say time to get it done. Thanks for hearing me now. So we're going to talk about, obviously, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, free agency, draft. We're going to do Q&A. That is what we are doing today. That's what we are doing today. So we'll get this thing going. I do apologize for the hiccups, but when you're redoing systems and graphics and you're doing it by yourself, and I got to say, I am not a tech guy, so I learn this stuff. It takes a long time to give you this. It just is what it is. So let me know how you think of the graphics. I just made a couple more scenes for you guys and can switch it up like, hey, bring in the camera. Boom, I'm far back. Oh, bring it in. Boom, I'm much closer. So that's what I was doing there. It just takes a really long time to do this stuff. The amount of, it could take hours, 8 hours just to give you one visual scene. And I've been doing this on all my videos. You'll notice my videos are going to be much improved visually for you guys. The one I did yesterday is exactly kind of what it's going to be. So we're going to have graphics. We're going to have everything for you. I want to take it up a notch. But let's get into the Detroit Lions. Ain't nobody want to hear about the rest of that stuff. Ben Johnson returns to the Detroit Lions. Awesome. Let me know in the comment section if you're happy as hell. Put hell yeah if you are. I'm happy as hell. I got to give me a hell yeah. And then we're going to do it. I'm going to see. I had to mess with this stuff too. Can you hear this one?
Combo breaker.
So that's a combo breaker when him returning back. So good to go right there for sure. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yo, Skillet. What up, man? Glad I made it today. Been out shoveling. We haven't had any snow here. It has been crazy. It's been absolutely crazy here in Holland. We haven't had it. But hell yeah, and he got a pay raise. No doubt about it. Deserves a pay raise. Ben Johnson looking fantastic. Appreciate it that he is back here. Give me a hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. For sure. So excited about that. Actually, Kool-Aid Cornbread hit me up, DM me, and he told me about the AG getting a interview. And so, yeah, he's getting an interview. I don't think he's going to get the job. I'm going to be 100% with you. I really don't think he'll get it because the defense, it's not like the defense was top 10 or anything. It was not that close. Now, we're not going to say, is it because of him or roster? I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation. And it's hard for me to see the Colts or the Texans or anybody else hire an AG. So I don't think he's going anywhere. But if he does, you do get 2 compensatory third-round picks. You'd get one for this year, and you'd get one for next year's draft. So if you do lose AG, you get some draft capital, and that would obviously help out the Lions. And then the Lions would have to look for a new defensive coordinator they could promote within, or they can go outside the organization. That's options for them to do. So that's what can happen there. Do you want AG to get hired? This is a question I want you guys to legitimately ask here. Do you want AG to get a job outside of Detroit, get a head coaching job? Why for yes and for no? I think this one will be a mixed bag for sure. I think some people say, yeah, they're ready for a new one. No, let's roll with the same guys we got. Me personally, I'd be all right with him getting another job, a head coaching job. It's not like to me it's a Ben Johnson situation. But either way, it doesn't really matter to me. Jamie says no. Boom says why. Jaco says no. Kool-Aid says no. Yawn Lion says no. So 1 yes, couple no's. No, he's developing the young core pretty well. Selfish people say no, maybe. So, Devin Davis there. Yeah, it was one person I thought would get some head coaching opportunities, and we haven't heard his name. Deuce Staley. I don't understand. He hasn't had a single. You think this guy is a leader of men. I thought for sure someone would say, hey, look at Deuce there. Doesn't matter one way or the other. Yeah, I'm like that, Tim Monroe. Towards the end of the year, he's proven himself. He did. Hi, me. And I tell you what, without that, I would have said I want him gone, but he did prove to the point where, to me, it wouldn't matter. If we have to replace that, it has a potential already there. So I'm with you. He did prove himself to the point where it's like, okay, that's cool. Whatever you want going on there, that is for sure. So no doubt about it. If you guys got questions, let's just do some QA. Let's do QA, and let's have some fun doing that because I don't have anything planned. I haven't really had time. Been working all morning on these graphics just to get this up for you. Clearly, it started out with it didn't start out well, but we're going to finish well. So if you got questions, but hashtag Lions, hashtag LNU, we're going to do a QA session for about an hour and just have fun doing that. I already know it's going to be about the draft. I already know it's going to be about free agency. I already know what it's going to be about because everybody's so excited for this stuff. I wonder if Mark Brunell will be a coordinator. I do like that idea. I don't know if he wants it, but that is a possibility. Good one there, Alan. I like that. And why isn't this? I got to get this up now. I got to get this thing up now. Come on, man. Comment here. This one should be it. Now let's see if the comment goes. Digging that hat, Mike. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Got it. Now I just got to move this up a little bit. Man, I'm more jacked up than ever. Feels like I'm a noob. Feel like I'm a noob in this business. So apologize, man. Apologize. Terry Foster, pretty sure AG is a Rooney Rule thing. Probably so, Kool-Aid. And it's sad. I don't think that has to do with, or you're playing the race card. I'm not playing the race card. It probably is. Let's be honest here. Jim Caldwell has been one of those. I think AG probably is as well. I was talking to TA and behind the scenes. It seems like that. They gotta make it better opportunity for, minority. The Rooney Rule thing, people are just using it just to not get in trouble, in my opinion. Hashtag Lions, anyone specific we should be watching for in the Senior Bowl, college, or is it too early to tell as we don't really have any rumors yet? Bryce, too early. Don't know who's all going to be in the Senior Bowl. So once we get the rosters, we can talk about it. Well, we don't have the rosters right now. I know we do have the coaches. We got the Bears coaching staff is one end, and is it the Texans the other? I know Bears is one. Maybe it's not the Texans because they fired a coach. Someone else. But I don't know yet. Go Lions, do you know if we'll get any comp picks? If AG got there, we'd get 2/3, one this year, one next year. We would get a comp pick if our free agents goes signs with another team with a big deal. So we won't know till a couple weeks after free agency. We won't know. We got to wait till free agency. So, for example, if DJ Chark goes signs a 5-year deal with the New York Giants, $15 million a year, you probably get a compensatory 3rd-round pick. That's how it works. So if any of our free agents goes out there and signs, it don't seem like that's going to be the case. A lot of people, and myself included, believe the free agents probably just end up coming here or be little deals with other teams where it wouldn't matter. It's got to be a decent-sized deal. I heard we may go after Jalen Ramsey. I've not heard that. I've heard people speculate that. I haven't heard that as a whole. The Lions will go after Jalen Ramsey. I don't know what the compensation would be. It's not going to be a 1st-round pick. Maybe be a 2nd-round pick. His contract is an issue when it comes to Jalen Ramsey. It really is. It's more of his contract. Draft Moody. Well, we got 2 6th-round picks, so if they wanted to get a kicker, I'm not opposed to it. I always talk about the kicking position. You got Michael Badgley right now doing his thing, so they could draft a kicker to compete against him. We got 2 6th-round picks. They could waste one on there, and I could see the Lions doing that. I could. Either way, I don't care, honestly, if they draft a kicker or if they get one as an undrafted free agent to go against Michael Badgley in training camp. I'm pretty open to the idea. I really do trust Brad Holmes and the philosophy that he does. Thoughts on my draft strategy? 1st round, Gonzalez, Branch, Antonio Johnson, Tully, and Jack Campbell. I don't mind it. You know me, Gonzalez is a very good corner. And absolutely. And Jack Campbell, one of my favorites. So it's pretty good. Would you trade up or trade down a stay? I would trade down, Twan. If I miss your question, by the way, just repost it. You know the situation here. It happens. Just repost it, and we will get back to your questions. Copy and paste. Would you trade up for or down in the draft? Trade up? No. Not in the 1st round. Trade up from 2nd round into 1st round? Potentially. But trade up from 6 to 4? I'm not doing that. We have 2 1st-round picks. I want to keep those 2 1st-round picks. Trade back, yes. Then trade up into the 1st round with 2 2nd-round picks, I'm fine with. But going from 6 up, I don't want to do that. I really don't. What is up, Vash Star went into building, man? We don't need a quarterback right now. We do need a backup. We don't need a starter. We do need a backup. I would not mind if they took a quarterback late in the draft. Again, you can find solid quarterbacks in the draft, and it's cheap. If you don't want to spend money on a free agent quarterback, which is going to cost you millions, you can always get one in the draft. Brock Purdy, the last pick in the draft. So it just depends, but I don't think you have to go early. How likely do you think the Lions trade back from 6 if Levis is still available? I think they would trade back because you got teams that are eyeing for the one last quarterback left. You got C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, 1, 2, whatever position you want to go them for one, whatever team wants to take them there. And then you got Levis, who's to my number 3 quarterback, and you can see the Atlanta Falcons need a quarterback, the Carolina Panthers need a quarterback. There's teams that need a quarterback, and they better get one, or else their fan base is going to be freaking in an uproar. So I could see this situation like that. But I don't want to trade back too far. Within the top 10, cool. After that, now it's starting to mess with you a little bit. I want to draft Hendon Hooker with the 3rd round pick and develop him to be Goff's replacement. He may fall the 3rd round for sure, and we've seen that Brad Holmes will draft injured players. That's what he'll do. I don't know if he would do that per se, but it's a possibility. It is a possibility. But we'll see. We'll see. And maybe he falls even farther out of the third round. Maybe even, we don't know how far Hendon Hooker could fall. He could fall even farther. Myles Muphy, Cam Smith, second round, Emmanuel Forbes, Skinner. Myles Muphy, I hope he's there at 6. He's a really good player. Really, really, really good. And I would absolutely love to have him on this football team. #FGB, would you like Hooker in the third round? It depends what else we got. I want to make sure that the Lions get defensive tackle. And this, we're talking about free agency as well, because we don't know what they've done in free agency as of yet. But we're talking about defensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback, guard. Those are needs. They're not wants. They're needs. And I want to make sure they address that. But if he's there in the third round, you addressed everything in free agency, I have no problem taking a flyer on it. Lions trade with Carolina for 6. Lions get a second and a third, then number 9. That would be a hell of a trade, Patty. You want to see me whining. I had the trade from the Lions trading back from 6 to 9 and getting a second round pick. So if you got a second and a third, there you go. I mean, then you get your Hendon Hooker there. Hooker in the 6th. I don't think he'll fall that far. I think is probably 5th is the farthest he's going to go. Because he is pretty talented, but the issue with injury and his age. He is talented. It's just injury and age. 2 of the top 5 needs quarterbacks may get Jalen Carter. Yeah, if there's an opportunity for Carter to be there at 6, I give it like a 1% chance. I just don't see Chicago Bears trading too far back, maybe at 4, and they're definitely going to take a Will Anderson or Jalen Carter because their defense is butt cheeks. That's an opportunity for them. I would love Da'Ron Payne. I always talk about him. Damn, Flight. I wish we would get him for sure. What do you think about drafting Bijan Robinson? I need to address those defensive positions. But if you think about what he would do to this offense, it would take this offense to a Super Bowl level offense. It would be an unstoppable offense. It'd probably be the best offense in football. Probably be number 1 ranked offense if you got Bijan Robinson. But you got to address the defense. That is an issue. That is an issue. You have to get the defense squared away, but he would make your offense potent. It would be lethal. They wouldn't know what, having Ben Johnson, you'd have your triplets, right? You have your quarterback, you have your number 1 in Jameson Williams, and you have Bijan Robinson. It would be elite. It would be the best offense in football. Kansas City, hold our beer. You're going to have to hold our beer because it'd be unstoppable at that point. If they got their corner, and look, you can find players too in the second round. That's the thing. So remember, Darius Slay was the second round pick. So if they went that route, I'm not going to be upset because I do trust Brad Holmes. But we do got to get defense. It is a must. It is not a want, it is a must. We have to get those. We have to get those positions. We need to have a defense. I want the defense replicated from the San Francisco 49ers. You get a defense like that, it's over. With the Lions offense, hell, if you get a top 15 defense, it's over. It is over. So it would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. So you want to see me complain. It's good to see Ben Johnson. Man, what's up, Dragon? It's so good to see him return. Main focus should be on defense 100%. So good to see him return. Man. That was the best off-season acquisition, was getting Ben Johnson to return. Sign Payne, Murphy, and Gonzalez, package twos, move back in the first and get Bijan Aaron. Are you wanting me to have my drool go live here? That's a drooling situation right there. You're making me drool when I see something like that. You're making me drool, man, because that is definitely it. Lions scouted the NFL, scouted the Florida Gators. Yep, they did. You're 100% right this past year. Wouldn't be surprised if one of the draft pick comes from the Gators. You're 100% right. And I made that observation, I think it was week 4 of the NFL season, because I seen them scout the Gators 100%. Good observation there as well. Very good observation. Our offense will be even better next year. They are coming together, blossoming, booming. I say exactly, need defensive tackle, cornerback, linebacker, guard. Yes, yes, and yes. Unless Big V comes back, then I don't think guard's a need. I don't. But remember, we got to talk about free agency as well. I mean, they may address some of this stuff in the free agency. If they got a Da'Ron Payne, it is a possibility. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what they do in free agency, because I think it's going to be better than normal. And re-signing our own guys is what I want them primarily to do. But I do think they get like a veteran corner, like a Bradbury, or target a Da'Ron Payne. I think a player of that caliber will be targeted by the Lions, because you can't just have all rookies on defense. You need to have a veteran back there as well. Remember, it took a while for our young players, to get get going this year. It took about half a season. And it was the same thing year 1 with Brad Holmes. It took Penei Sewell, it took Amon Ra, it took a little bit. Same thing with this last season. And so we need to start off fast this next year, and that requires getting some veterans to help out. It does. So I don't want them to go ball crazy like Jacksonville Jaguars, but to get a guy, for sure, I'm with you. Jalen Ramsey, it's his contract that is the worrisome about Jalen Ramsey. What you'd have to give up is probably a second-round pick. And I don't know how they would work it out if they're trying to make a trade, but obviously the connection with Brad Holmes, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you're going to hear rumors like that a lot. A lot. But it would just have to be the contract for him. Let me look at the contract really quick. I know let's do cap Los Angeles Rams. Let's look at their cap space really quick. Cap space, not caps. All right. I don't know. I know it's a big. I just don't know it. Spot track for 2023. Oh, my God. Jalen Ramsey, $25 million cap hit. A dead cap hit of $32 million. That it would be for to trade him, they would take a $7 million hit. So it's viable there. Let's look at 2024 and see his cap hit for Jalen Ramsey. $26 million. I just don't see the Lions doing that. That's way too much money. That is a lot of money, man. We're talking $25 million and $26 million for one player. Oof. I mean, look, that would be a big splash. That would be your big splash veteran corner. But it is a lot of cash when you can get a guy in the draft, or you can get a veteran out there that is much cheaper. So that's the problem. Unless the Rams were able to pick up some of his contract, but damn, that's a lot of cash. So, dude, second round pick for me to take up that contract. You're gonna have to make that compensation not a second round pick. I'm not gonna give them a second round pick for something like that. I don't think we're building anymore. YT Sparty, but I'm with you with the Ramsey thing. I don't think we're not rebuilding now. I think we're going to win the NFC North, folks. I think this is the year the Lions are win games. It's all on this year, this next season. And you listen to Alex Anzalone, he says it's not rebuild anymore. This is the year we got to win the NFC North. This is the year we got to win and make the playoffs. So I'm with you on the Ramsey thing, but I don't think it's a rebuild anymore. I think this is a straight on. They're going for it. Not a sure tackler. First attitude, locker room cancer to me. For sure. And I think that would be probably not a guy that you want with Dan Campbell, in all honesty. You don't see players like that here in Detroit. You're getting more of the people that's buying in. Would he buy in? I'm not 100% sure. He is a veteran, so... But, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I would rather them go with the free agency or the draft. I'm excited for Jameson Williams year 2, and I'm a Vikings fan. Ooh, the past master, what's going on? I'm curious to see what you guys think about your season there and Kirk Cousins. Everybody knows I'm a Kirk Cousins fan because he's from Holland, Michigan, but I got to say, man, I think it's time you guys find another quarterback at some point to groom, take over. But, yeah, Jameson Williams is a beast. I cannot wait to see him play this up-and-coming season with a full offseason. Hashtag FJ Bay. Thanks, Mike, for all your hard work. Brother, prayers and positive looking for the MRI today. Thanks, Chad. Really appreciate it. Really, really do. I am tired of this issue that I have in my spine, and it is annoying. It is really annoying. It gets old, and I am ready for it to be fixed. What linebackers do you like in the draft? Trenton Simpson, obviously. I like Sewell in the second round. I like Jack Campbell the most in the second round. I think that's where they get their linebackers in the second round. Noah Sewell, Jack Campbell. Look at those two. There's a couple more I did some prospects on that maybe is a later second round, early third round. But those are my targets for sure. Trenton Simpson would be, look, I just don't think we're going linebacker at 18, but he's a player, if they somehow took him at 18, I would be through the moon. But I just don't believe they're going to go that route. I don't. I think it's going to be defensive line, secondary in the first round. Secondary, i.e. corner, not safety. Please let us know when everything gets your back. Yeah, I get the MRI done today in a couple hours, and then on Monday I got to go in and see the results with the surgeon. So here's the deal. Everybody knows I got a really bad spine. I got degenerative arthritis. I got spine disease. I had an infection 6 years ago that ate away my spine, and I had to get a double fusion so I wasn't paralyzed. And I also got I forgot the disease it's called, but on the very bottom of my spine, my spinal cord, the vertebrae, the very bottom one never grew. So it's like a 16-year-old vertebrae connected to my hip, and the vertebrae above it has been taking all the weight from the lack of strength from that very bottom vertebrae, and I have no cushion in between there, and it's pressing against my nerves as well as my hip. So there's ways you potentially could treat it without surgery, but mine is pretty damn bad, and fusion is generally the only way that you can treat it. I've been dealing with this for 15 years. I go to the chiropractor twice a month. I take steroids for the vertebrae, and it is wrecked. It's painkillers, and it's something that is getting to the point of, that's why you see me moving all around, that I can't live with it anymore. So hopefully they say it's time to just go ahead and get surgery. So I tell you what, I will be one happy camper when I wake up from the anesthesia. I tell you that. I was super excited when I woke up after my neck surgery and it took a year of recovery because the pain is pretty much gone. And I'm tired of the pain. You just gets old after a while. Out of the cornerback there via draft, our free agency, who do you think the most Lions guy out of the cornerback out there via draft or free agency? Draft Joey Porter Jr. is my favorite. Christian Gonzalez as well. I think they're really good picks. Hell, before these mock drafts came out in the big media, I've been talking about Christian Gonzalez for a while. I am a Duck fan, so you get to watch him. So I think he's a perfect fit. He can play man-to-man. He can play outside. He can mix it up, too. He's universal. So 6'2", just a pick machine. He would be a really good pick for the Lions. A 6'2" cornerback that gets turnovers. Him and Kirby Joseph would be having a heyday on Aaron Rodgers. So, and Joey Porter Jr. is my favorite cornerback in this year's draft. I just don't believe he'll be there at 18. I think he'll be taken a little bit before. Cam Smith's another corner you can go with. Bradbury, I think, is the perfect fit at free agency. I don't know how the Eagles could re-sign him. They got so many players because they're going for their Super Bowl run. It seems unlikely that they re-sign him. I think he'd be a damn good fit. Prayers for you. Who would you want to replace AG if he goes? Well, thank you so much, Devin Davis. Man, shout out to Devin Davis in the chat. And show him some love. I'm not on PEDs. These are steroids for building your spine. So it's not steroids like I go to the gym, lift steroids. It's for your spine. But I got to take these things. Let's see. Thank you so much for that super chat. Who would you want to replace? Well, first off, they may just go from bringing in from inside the organization. I think that's an option they could do. Get Shep in there. Shep could be a defensive coordinator. That's a possibility. I think that's probably what they would do, in all honesty. Yep, Kelvin Shepard. Just Kool-Aid cornbread. Literally just said it right there. My back is jacked too, but my L1 and S1 blew up after a Cairo adjustment. Oof, that sucks, man. That sucks. That absolutely blows. Prayers for you. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. What, Mike, is this why your channel is kicking that ass? I don't know why it's doing so good, man. I don't know why it's doing good, but I appreciate it. It's been doing good as of late. Hey, I tell you what, we got something real fun, special for the NFL draft. Herm and I, it's gonna be real cool for you guys, real cool. So, I actually have Gonzalez as CB1. Hey, you're not gonna see me up that, I'm not gonna disagree with you there or argue with you. Let's see. What you're a natty? What you're not a natty? Ha! Got him. Let's see.
Got him!
$5 super chat from my guy Stephen Liking says, do you think Caleb Murphy from Ferris State ends up getting drafted? Keeping you in the prayers, Mike. Boof. Probably not. Thank you for that super. Everybody shout Stephen Likings in the comment section. Probably not. Maybe. Probably not. It's hard to tell at the end of a draft. Thoughts on what would take for the Lions to trade up to around 12 if JPJR is still on the board, 18 and 55? Probably that's what it would take, a second-round pick to go up 6 spots. Yeah, I think if you look at the comp package that they have, that would probably be it. Will you be doing a stream? You know I'll be doing a stream. It's going to be an epic stream, by the way. Epic with epic streams. We're in the process now. All I could say, it's going to be beyond belief stream. Hashtag running game. Moving forward, do you want Swift getting more touches or do you want Bijan Robinson? Let's see here. Swift just cannot stay healthy, and there's an issue with him not hitting the correct hole half the time he gets the football. Swift is so dynamic. I love Swift. I do. But I feel like his vision is a little bit off sometimes. He doesn't follow the lane that is scripted for him by Ben Johnson. And that gets him in trouble. If you watch it, some of these negative yards, that's where it's coming from. And like Jamal Williams doesn't do that. Jamal Williams is not the big hitter, but he's always going to his assigned route. And then he's not injured. Bijan Robinson, though, his vision is outstanding. He can catch out of the backfield. He's Saquon Barkley. Okay, like, if you got Saquon Barkley, it's over with. But I'd keep Swift still. What I'd do is, I would have a three-headed monster of the most ridiculous running game in football that would put the fear of God in every single defense because you could not stop it. You would not be able to stop it. What are you going to do? How are you going to stop the run game? No. If you try and bring that safety up to stop the run game, we'll just pass it for the pass game. Jared Goff just sit there and says, pick you off. It'd be the most elite offense in football. The greatest show on turf would have to lean back. The greatest show on turf would have to lean back. So, if they got their defensive players like they need to get, and they got Bijan Robinson, it's going to be scary. It's going to be absolutely scary. It's scary good. I'm talking about we're going to have a damn good time, 100%. Will Tracy Walker be ready for next season? Oof. I heard he's running already. I don't know if he'll be ready for training camp to start the season. Potentially, it could be. I think that's why you do got to bring back a Deshaun Elliott, because you don't know if Tracy Walker will be ready. And I got to say, I was very impressed with Deshaun Elliott. Honesty, Deshaun Elliott, he was the most consistent safety this year. I love Kirby Joseph, and he's the pick machine, but Deshaun Elliott's he stops that run, and he hits really hard. So I'd like Elliott to come back. Either way. Would Roquan Smith, linebacker of the Bears, be a good fit? He actually signed a $100 million deal with the Ravens. He got traded to the Ravens this season, and then he signed a $100 million deal. So he is no longer on the table on there. That stinks because y'all know me. I love me some Roquan Smith. Hey, folks, if you haven't hit that like button, 65 more likes to 100. If we get 100 likes before the stream's over at some point, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. And again, I really do appreciate everybody coming on a little bit earlier than 4 o'clock. Again, I really want to say thank you for that. Outstanding. And you guys are MVPs. I do appreciate it. We'll get back on the normal schedule. After this week. Let's see. Next question here. It's time to spend some money in free agency class, not go wild, but get impact players. I agree with you, Eric. And that dog in them, 100%, Eric. This is the perfect comment right here. I agree with you 110%. 110%. I don't think they don't need to. Jacksonville Jaguars, they went big. And yes, they're in the playoffs. Yes, they won their division. But that at some point, those contracts are going to come to bite you in the butt. And I don't want that to happen 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. I want us to be a team we get some talent, but we re-sign our own guys. That's what I want to do. re-sign our own guys, but we do need to get a couple veterans, no doubt. But we got contracts of DJ Chark. Then you got to think in 2 years, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got to think in the future a little bit, their contracts. Jonah Jackson, right? You got to think about some of these guys that we have. Eventually, we got to re-sign them. So, I mean, it's all about the future as well. I don't want to end up a situation where, again, we did with Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson, we let Ndamukong Suh go. We got to be able to be a little more responsible than that. And I think we do that, we're good. Get feeling better, Mike. Appreciate you. I've been messed up for 20 years. Praying for you. Well, I'm praying for you too, dog. Spine's no joke. Anyone that's ever had a spine issue knows it ain't no joke. So I'm praying for you too, dog. We got a super chat here by Mofo. Everybody show Mofo some love in the comment section. Here's to good news from the MRI today. Yes. Absolutely good news. I'm real excited for it. I'm telling you, people, like, you're excited to get a surgery. Hell yeah, man. My back, I throw my back out a lot, and it's awful. Like, there just gets a point where you really want to get it done. Like, I'm at that point. I'm tired of taking pain pills, and it just gets old, man. So thank you so much for that super chat. Sign them up or dump them. Pick one must sign on each side of the ball and dump them guy on each side. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you sign. I think it's more like we got to get defense this offseason. I don't know we're going to do a whole lot on offense in free agency, except for re-signing their own guys. Other than that, I don't think they're going to really focus a whole lot on that. Maybe some depth players. Just for depth, but I don't see them going impact on offense in free agency. Defense, get at least one. Just get a defensive tackle or a cornerback, please. One in free agency that makes that part of the side of the football better. And then you can focus the rest on the draft. But we got to get one. Just get one. Quit twerking. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I got to stop that twerk. Need defensive depth. 100% we need defensive tackle depth. 100%. That is the one spot we need. DT depth. Because we don't know Levi Onwuzurike. We don't know. He had a spine fusion, and this dude is young. 21, 22, 23? We don't know if he's going to come back. If he does, I think it's a net positive, but you got to get another defensive tackle in there. Got to. Bradbury's my favorite corner. Sergeant. Bradbury is my favorite corner. Oh, you meant Chark and Jamal, etc. Yep. I was hearing Mike Valenti talk with Matt Derry yesterday, and he didn't want the Lions to re-sign DJ Chark because he wants Jameson Williams to get more touches. So that's an interesting idea. I do want to bring back Chark, but not on a big deal. I'm not going to do no giant deal, but I would like to have him back because the chemistry, him and Goff really got on the same page. They really did. And I think you can still use DJ Chark. Like you have Chark, J-Mo, and Amon-Ra. All three can get targeted by Jared Goff. He'll throw the football to who's ever open. So I'd like to bring him back. And Jamal Williams, he is the heart and soul of this offense. He's not, again, the most talented running back, but damn, he's the heart and soul. And he gets touchdowns. Those are two things I like. You got to bring him back for that. 17 touchdowns, man. Holy hell, that's insane. Can we please get a defense that can stop someone like we did in 2014? Yes. You're on to it. After my L1S1 blew out, I went paralyzed for 74 and had a 22 day in the hospital. Jesus, you had to learn how to walk again. My God. Well, that is absolutely brutal. I am sorry to hear that, man. That's terrible. Yeah, when my neck went out, I couldn't move. I was paralyzed from the neck down. I was in the basement when it went out. Like it was the final blow. I screamed for 30 minutes. I was in the basement. Everyone was asleep, so I fell asleep in the basement. I couldn't move. And then I finally got feeling back in my arms. I had to crawl up the stairs, and then we had to go to the ER for emergency surgery. But that stuff's scary as hell, man. If Anderson's sitting there at 6, you got to take him. If Will Anderson's there, you got to take it. There's no doubt. No doubt. We got a super chat here, another one. You guys are on fire. Show some love to Raw B1. Signs Run Payne in free agent draft Porter or Ringo pick 6, Simpson, Robinson pick 18. Very deep in the draft. We can get one in the second or third. Man, I think Raw is actually Brad Holmes. It's a Brad Holmes burner account. I want to say thank you to Brad Holmes burner account. Brad Holmes, you know what I'm doing. My neck, my back, lick my. Yeah, she is definitely a good influence on kids. Hendon Hooker, the same age as Cam Newton. He's old. It's weird. It's weird. He's old. What's that quarterback that was like 28 when he got drafted? 27, 28, went to the Cleveland Browns. I always forget that guy's name. I was like, and they drafted him in the first round. Hashtag run stuffer. Bressee and Carter are 1 and 2, but check out Ikea from Baylor. He looks like Penei Sewell on the defensive line. Got to check him out. I haven't checked him out. Seiki Ikea. He sounds like someone the Lions would draft just because the name is pissing me off. How much do you think we can offer Bradbury? Oof. Oh, man, that's tough. Brandon Whedon, that's his name. Yep. How much could we offer him? Maybe. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be in the double digits because he's the number 1 corner. I don't know. What do you guys think? How much would you offer for Bradbury to be our cornerback? How much would you offer? It also would hurt. I think if they did something like that too, you probably are not picking up Okudah's 5th-year option. So that's another thing you got to think about too. I don't know, double digits, somewhere in there. Don't know how free agents. Sometimes people get paid and sometimes they don't. It's hard to tell on these contracts. Each year it's always funky. Quarterbacks get paid way too much, and then some years positions are way less than you would expect, and it just keeps going on there. Double digits, I'll just put. Thoughts on doubling up on defensive back in the first, draft Porter and play outside, and then Brian Branch to play the nickel and safety depth. I don't think I'm not going to go double there in the secondary. I'm not going to do that. I trust that Brad Holmes can find depth pieces because right now we got our starters at safety. We found Jerry Jacobs, who is a cornerback, is an undrafted guy. If they wanted to double up on a corner or just secondary itself, you can wait a little bit. I think you have to get defensive line with that 6th pick. Primarily defensive tackle unless a Will Anderson falls. I think that's a giant need. Like DT is really, that's why I did the mock draft with Brian Bressee. I know a lot of people's like, well, you don't want to go Brian Bressee. His season's a little bit off this year. Yeah, he's also dealing with injuries, and his 15-year-old sister died. So it affected his game. If you look last year, he was dominant. But I can't imagine losing your sibling during a season and that not affect you. Hell, you look at Tom Brady. His wife was getting her cheeks clapped by her trainer, and it looks like Tom Brady lost 30 pounds, and his game fell off a cliff. So that's sometimes personal issues will do that. What player would you be mad if the Lions draft? No one. I think Don Stradamus. I'm so happy. Oh, no, that's wrong. I'm going to be incorrect here. There's only one player, one position I'll be mad at. If the Detroit Lions draft a tight end, I'll lose it. Any other position, I'm not going to lose it because I trust Brad Holmes and what he's doing. But if they got a tight end, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, if they got Michael Mayer, I would lose it, man. Like, we don't need to get a tight end early in this draft. We don't need tight ends right now. I like the 3 that we got. I'm perfectly fine with the 3 we got. 9 touchdowns since TJ Hawkinson left with the 3 tight ends that we have. Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra, and James Mitchell, who we drafted last year. Just literally, they do exactly what we need them to do. We don't need to get a tight end that can do more. We don't. I was talking to TA behind the scenes. We were talking about how Tom Brady lost that weight because his wife was cheating on him. Or, they're going through their stuff, and that he lost a lot of weight because of it. $10 super. Hi, I'm me. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Hi, I'm me in the comment section for showing some love here. Appreciate you answering all the questions. Wish you were all a great rest to your day. Stay blessing everyone. Stay blessed, everyone. Thank you so much, and I really do appreciate it. God bless you, man. You're a real one. All you guys are real ones. Real ones there. They'll bring back Brock Wright. Yeah, he's a free agent. They'll bring him back. He's not going to get paid big money. He's not. It's going to be like a veteran minimum type of deal. So it ain't no big deal there. All tight ends by committee. Yeah, it worked out well. It worked out well. He said Bijan would make you mad. It's not going to make me mad. It wouldn't make me mad. I understand it. They want to have an elite offense, but you got to get those defensive pieces. That's my thing. If you got Bijan, you better have a plan to get the rest of those defense like that, where you'd get a cornerback there or you'd get an edge. You better have a plan to get one of those. You have to get this defense going. This defense has got to get squared away. It has to. I'm a Texas Tech fan from Ludbrock. Tyree Wilson looks like a stud. He did break his foot towards the end of the year. Only see him rise in the mock drafts. Yeah, he's one of my guys that's got an extremely high ceiling. I think it'll take a little bit of time to him to develop, but I think he's got the highest ceiling besides Will Anderson. He's got the prototypical body, 6'6", built like a tank, kind of looks like Kayvon Thibodeau size. And if the Lions got him at 6, it would make sense. He does got a very high ceiling. And I think if the Lions got him, I wouldn't be mad about that at all. Even if they took him over like a Brian Bressee, I get it. He's got a really high ceiling. Really high ceiling. I think Myles Muphy would start a lot faster than Tyree Wilson. Like, he looked good right off game 1. But Tyree Wilson, I think each game he would progress, and you'd be like, my God, this guy is a beast. I think his ceiling is immense. Immense ceiling. Hashtag FGB, we love it. Let's see, I think we keep Big V if we can't restructure with him. Having a number 1 offensive line. Do you agree or do you cut cap space? What's up, Lions on the Prowl, man? Make sure you guys subscribe. Linebackers' lives matter. That's 100%. Subscribe to Lions on the Prowl, my guys over there. I personally don't care either way because you can get a guard in the 3rd round. You got Jonah Jackson in the 3rd round. You got War Daddy in the 3rd round. You can find guards in the 3rd round. We got 2 second-round picks. Maybe they go there. If they keep him, that means he's healthy, and we know he's a good guard. We already know that. So either way, I'll be fine with it. I'm not going to be upset either way. What do I think they do? I think they cut him because of the cap space. Then you can get a cheaper guard in the draft that will cost a lot less. That's what I think. But, hell, I've been wrong. Hell, I thought Ben Johnson would get the Carolina job. I was wrong there. Happy as hell to be wrong. I was so damn excited. God dang. I was so happy. Hashtag Thor, are you good with Anzalone as starter next year? I'm good with him coming back. We just got to draft a linebacker then. Because in all honesty, the linebacker free agency is garbage. It's not that good. And now there's a couple linebackers you can get, but I just think they're out of the age range for Brad Holmes, a little bit older. I'm fine with him coming back, but they got to have a plan and draft a linebacker in the draft. You have to get another guy in there. But Anzalone, he played a lot better in the second half of the season, and I don't mind him coming back. I don't hate him, but just get another linebacker in the draft, please, within the second round, please, or third round, second, third round. Get a freaking linebacker, a young guy in there, because we don't know if Derek Barnes is going to work out. We need a stud too. So I think that's a need. It's an absolute need. Lions signed Da'Ron Payne in free agency. I will go all over myself if that happens. Draft Tyree Wilson or Myles Muphy, and I will go over myself again. Christian Gonzalez or Keelan Ringo, or even maybe Devin Witherspoon at 18. I would go all over myself if that occurred. That is a moment right there. Guard. Yeah, I haven't looked at a whole lot at the guards in the draft. A couple. But I haven't really dug in deep on a guard position. I'll probably do that this week. Getting more of the guards. Slowly getting there. But definitely we'll get in more to it because we got to look in all the rounds. Maybe they wait a little bit. That's for sure. We got a tweet. Man, I hope we can retain our defensive coordinator as well. Last thing we'll need is team losing anyone in our staff. Yeah, we got to go ahead and Ben Johnson will, if he has any success like he did this year, next year, you got to start grooming behind him. So I'll start the grooming process this year for, next year's OC. So start grooming it right now, having that process take place. Trade back with the Panthers to get to 9, I agree. Get a second rounder in the draft defensive tackle, I agree. Then cornerback, and then use the Vikings and Panthers second to move back in the first to get Bijan. Austin Sherwood, that's exactly what my mock draft, I think it was last week I had. I would agree with that. And Brad Holmes is a trade machine, so wouldn't shock me. Don laughing because I was like, with that trade. We absolutely need a linebacker. Remember Carolina, Fields hurt in Seattle. Yeah, we do. But I do think our linebackers and our edges did play better in the second half of the season. Aiden Hutchinson was not over pursuing. Alex Anzalone wasn't over pursuing. They were getting better for sure. Malcolm Rodriguez was getting better, but we still need to get a stud. Still have to get another guy in there. Do we get a quarterback in the late rounds? Is there a point? Yes, you do. Point is, you can find a young quarterback that can sit behind Goff. If Goff goes down for a game or two, he can hold the fort down. And it's cheaper to draft a quarterback than it is to sign one in free agency. Again, we look at the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy, 7th-round pick. Sam Howell, 5th-round pick for the Washington Commanders. So you don't need to go early to get a quarterback. You don't, because you don't need a starter. You got a starter. Jared Goff's starter. Don't need to do it. You've seen even with the Patriots getting their quarterback, their backup quarterback, who I think he was drafted in the 7th round. I think it was. I like Devin Witherspoon because he was teammates with Kirby Joseph, Illinois, and he's an explosive playmaker. Hell to the yeah. Can I get a hell yeah?
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. I take a Purdy. Hell yeah, I take a Purdy. I definitely take a Purdy. I very Purdy take a Purdy like that. Very, very, very. Let's see here. I'm sure I missed something. Grand says, what's up, Grandize? This is 244 wonderful people watching. 81 likes. Please claw that like button to help the algorithm for Lions Talk by Chat Sports. Get over 200 likes. Hell yeah, let's get to 100 likes right now. Where are we at right now? We are at 83, so 17 more. We'll get it. Yeah, Bailey Zapp. Oh, he's a 4th-round pick. Okay, Bailey Zappi. He's a 4th-round pick. I don't know why I was thinking 7th-round pick. But you get the point. You get the point. Smash the hole. Hashtag smash. You always smash the hole. You always hashtag smash the hole. 100%. Down goes Goff, Cameron Ward, or Tanner McKee in the 4th to upgrade the QB position. Yep, I had Tanner McKee, too, in one of my mock drafts. He is not a mobile quarterback, but he's like a young Jared Goff. So if they did that in the 4th round, it wouldn't shock me if they got, getting a guy, because they trade up and down and acquire more picks too. So they could trade back and get a 4th-round pick or a 5th-round pick, and then take a Tanner McKee, something like that, who is like a replica of Jared Goff. Obviously, I'm talking about not a mobile quarterback. I'm not saying he's Jared Goff, but you know what I'm saying. Campbell, a late 2nd round. Hell yeah, man. West End Lion, that would be sick. You know it. Jason Kabinda smashed a hole, is healthy. Yeah, he got healthy. He was playing at the end of the year. I think he played like the last 4 or 5 games for the Lions. He's healthy. He is healthy. Think Sudfeld comes back? Nope. I don't think Sudfeld comes back. If he does, I still think they draft a quarterback. A young guy to develop. Yeah, we've already built around Goff. I think there's just one more, key real element there, or 2 more. Guard, and if they want to go another running, I do think they draft a running back, but primarily the defense at this point. Primarily the defense. Got to build that damn defense, man. I think Hooker deserves a look in the 3rd round. He definitely deserves a look. Will he be there? I don't know. It all depends on... We'll find out when the combine comes. I'm sure he'll show up there for medical. Obviously, he's not going to do anything in the NFL combine but they'll want to know how far along he is. And remember, he's older, so I don't know. The rule, you can never have too many Samoans. That is a 100% real. We need one more like and we'll get an ultra combo. One more like gives us an ultra combo. One more like, folks. We're at 99. Let's get to 100 likes. We'll get an ultra combo and get this thing going, y'all. Get going, y'all. Here we go. 100 likes.
Ultra combo breaker. Ultra combo.
Let's go. 100 likes. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Namassimo. We did it. Do. All right. How are we going to survive till next fall? We're going to have to talk free agency and the draft and then enjoy summer. I tell you what, my in-laws bought my wife and I a cabin, so I'm going to be at the cabin quite a bit in the summertime. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy the summer. I'll make my videos and do my job, but I want to be out on the lake too, man. I want to be out on the lake. I want to go fishing. I want to go on a boat and go tubing. I want to get it done. I want to do a lot of that. I'm a water guy. Will Harris returning? I hope not. Come on, man. I hope not. I really hope he doesn't return. Man. Where would Harris go? To the XFL, USFL? Yes, probably. Perfect spot for him, man. Getting Noah would be good Panay insurance. Harris can be the water boy. No, he can't be the water boy. That means he's Detroit still. No. No, it's called Sandy Pines. Sandy Pines. It's like a little camp resort thing. And they bought a cabin there. So I'll be at Sandy Pines a lot in the summertime, a lot. We got to move some of our stuff in here in April. That's when they open the water back up. And then I got a Jeep. I'm going to go in the dunes. Now, the dunes are not there, but I'm going to be doing a lot of that stuff. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you very much. Hey, Mike's B, I am Dutch, bro. I'm 50% Dutch. 50%. Dutch Village here in Holland is owned by my nephew's grandparents, not on my side, the other side. They own all of Dutch Village, that whole part of Holland, man. We Dutch as a mug over here. If we draft Myles Muphy at 6, do you consider taking his teammate Trenton Simpson, a linebacker? I would. Man, look, I love Trenton Simpson. I just don't think that Brad Holmes values linebacker in the first round. I don't think he does, but I would. Hell yeah, I would. Trenton Simpson's the best linebacker in the draft. Keep your shorts on this year. Hey, man. You seen that video where I went tubing and my shorts came off? If you ain't seen it, it's legit, man. I went tubing on a lake, and we're going down it, and my freaking shorts came off. And I was butt naked, hanging onto the tube, and my butt's going ba-boom, ba-boom, and my front part's hitting the waves. It was like, and I had to let go because it hurt so bad, bro. I went from being normal to about an elementary school student. My boy was hitting boys, and that's not a good sound you want to hear when you're getting on a wave on your front part. What up? Speak easy, baby. It's Speak Easy, baby. From Woodward Heavyweights, my G right there, Speak Easy. Dude's funny as hell. God dang, make sure you guys, I'm sure y'all subscribe to the Heavyweights and Speak Easy. He's cool as hell. Met this dude, hung out with them at training camp. Funny as hell. Credit card. The guy is a G. Guy is a real one. Man, that hurt as a mug, bro. I tell you, I ain't never wearing no shorts on tubing again. That was embarrassing, man. And they were videotaping it, too, and I had no idea. No idea. Yeah, it was. It was. That's funny. It was on the. It's on a different lake, though, but yeah, it must have been my underwear. It was my. Oh, man. Oh, that's funny. I did pick up underwear when we went fishing. That's hilarious, dog. That's not the good slap. It's not a good slap. I held on for about. It was. Enough of this. Let go. Oh, man. We be chilling. We be chilling, dog. We be chilling, dog. I'm telling you, man. I'm a fun guy. I'm a fun guy hanging out with the fellas. Just like to joke around and have a good time. So when we start planning our draft party, it's in the works already. It is in the works already. Right meow. We getting ready. And we're going big, man. We're going big. So it's gonna be fun. You probably have an opportunity to come hang out to the draft party that we're going to. There's a couple scenarios. It's not in blood yet, but there's a scenario where you'll all be able to come if you want to hang out at a draft party with me, Herm, King, Mark Oram, and just have a good time talking draft. You know, eating some food, drinking some beer, and being live for the draft. So that is one of the scenarios. That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. Let's see. Seeing some mock drafts that Bijan Robinson, Texas, our second first-round pick. Feel like defense is our need. But Bijan tapes looks good. What do you say? Yeah, look, I'm with you. The defense is a need, 100%. But Bijan is so good. It's a value pick. He should be like a top 10 draft pick, right? Bijan Robinson is the same talent to me as a Saquon Barkley. he would make this offense elite. It would be the best offense in football. But you do need defense. So you got to make sure you get defensive players. So you got to get one there in free agency, right? So we need to get defensive tackle, linebacker, and corner. If you can get a defensive tackle or corner in free agency, a stud, we're not just talking about some depth guy, that could reduce the need to get one early in the draft. So if you say you got a corner in free agency, then you can go defensive tackle at 6 with Brian Bressee, or if you want to go edge there with a Myles Muphy, a case like that, and then you'll have the opportunity, okay, you can take a Bijan Robinson at 18, and you could still dress a corner in the second round, something like that, and get a linebacker in the second round. So we just got to see what they do in free agency. That's, once free agency hits in less than a month, I think it's already less than a month away, we'll have a very good grasp of what they're going to do in free agency or in the draft. We'll have a very, very good grasp. Well, folks, I got to get ready for my MRI. I got to get some things going here. I got to eat, too. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm going to get ready for the MRI. I appreciate everybody hanging out today. It was a little bit of issues, obviously, with the audio, starting earlier than normal, but I got some stuff I got to do. We will be back next week at 4 p.m., regular scheduled time, and we'll have at it. But video will be dropping tomorrow, Saturday. We're going to get it for you, but I appreciate everybody hanging out on this different OPP day and just doing some Q&A. With that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be